Hello all. I just wanted to do a video on reamping. There are a lot of great videos on reamping, but they don't really work. It took me a lot of, maybe I'm thick. I mean, I'm not stupid, but maybe I'm just thick. I just didn't get it. But anyway, this is a video for beginners taught by a beginner. Okay, so I chose to use a Radial Engineering Reamp HP Studio Reamper, and I'll get back to why later. Okay, so to start out, I use a JHS Active ABY pedal. And you can say why. Okay, I'm going to tell you. You take your guitar, plug it in to the input, then take one output and plug it into a distortion pedal. The other side goes into your amp. This side feeds your audio interface. Okay, so it's just a plain 1/4-inch jack going to a 1/4-inch jack on the audio interface. Okay, now why am I using the pedal? Well, one of the weird things about reamping is that it's hard to get motivated if you're just listening to a sterile guitar sound. And I just find, since I'm like a rock blues based musician, the addition of a little bit of overdrive makes me play more like how I play. Okay, but if I am not stimulated to play that way, then I won't make a good dry track. So that's why I have it set up with the Y pedal. One side is dirty, which I'm just listening to, but is not being recorded. The only side that's being recorded is the dry side. I'm going to go to a B-roll. This is coming from one side of the ABY pedal, okay? Going into the left channel of this Focusrite 2i2. Okay, and I've pressed the instrument button in because that works more like a reamping pedal, okay, for the input. If you don't understand that, I advise you to listen to a bunch of videos online. They'll explain it. This really is just a how-to, okay? Now I create a track. Okay, so here we are. We're going to create a track. Don't forget, this is Studio One Pro. Okay, click the plus sign. I've named it Reamp. The color I don't care about. It's set to mono. There are no presets. And we're going to use the left channel. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so for this channel, we're going to use the setup that I described earlier. I've already set the levels. So now I'm just going to record some chords. Okay, now what's going to happen, let me put my guitar down. Now we're going to create a new track. Let's call it Reamp 2. Still mono. We could change the color. Let's make it green. The input is going to be the right. And we go OK. Make it a little bit bigger. Make sure everything's good. Oh, that says Reamp 2.1. All right, no big deal. All right, mono, and let's on the track. Okay, we're plugged into the right channel. The DAW is already configured for the right channel, as I showed you. And we have our reamp box plugged in to the speaker jack. Now, according to the directions, you can crank this up, I think, to 80%. So for right now, I'm going to go to like, I don't know, 2 o'clock. Okay, because I'm using the Scarlett 2i2, what I'm doing is I'm taking the headphone output. All right, this is a tip ring shunt plug. Looks like this. Goes into the headphone jack. The other side of this tip ring shunt jack goes into the input of the Reamp HP Studio Reamper. Next, you plug the output of the Reamp box into the input of your preferred overdrive, and then you take the output of the overdrive and plug it into your amplifier. This is the amp set up with the microphone, the E609, which goes back to the audio interface on the right channel. And this is the wire that came from the out of the distortion pedal, the Wampler bell. Okay, so what I just realized is you can't monitor when you're doing this. You could monitor this track, but you can't monitor the track that you're doing, and there's really no reason to monitor it because you're going to hear it coming out of the amplifier. So let's just rewind, and okay, now we have the output. We also have the output that has to be adjusted on the reamp. So I have it up at around, I don't know, 3 o'clock. I'm going to leave it there and see what happens. I want to disarm the track, but leave the monitor button on. Rewind. So there you have it. We've done our first recording.